It's now not a secret that we have a lot of goons in this country. State-sponsored goons and goons sponsored by opposition politicians. And you cannot argue about this. We saw police officers working hand in hand with goons, and they cannot arrest the goons. The police are carrying guns, and the goons are carrying machetes and rungus, and the police cannot arrest them. And they are working hand in hand. They are going to attack opposition politicians. And then we have opposition politicians. They have their own goons, and the goons are protecting them. So the goon culture, the goon economy is everywhere. So we have goons. Let us accept that in Kenya, we have enough goons. Now, I'm creating this video for the families of goons. If your family member is a goon, start preparing for a funeral. Just start preparing for a funeral, because there's nothing else. Why? Because we have seen what the government, the state, and senior politicians, even in opposition, have done to goons over time. And it is going to repeat itself. You see, some of these goons believe that they will be powerful for a long time, but they are not going to be powerful for a long time. And Kenyans should not fear, because these goons are going to be eliminated one by one. And there are going to be a lot of funerals. Come next year, I'm telling you, in 2028, late 2027, 2028, 2029, we will have a lot of funerals of goons. I'm telling you, some of them will disappear without a trace. You see these people who are carrying rungus and machetes, some of them are Gen Zs. They don't know where this country has come from. They don't know what the state has done to the goons, and they don't know what is going to happen to them. Maybe let me just tell some of you who don't know. We had goons in this country, lethal goons. Goons who are hired by politicians to compel people to vote in a certain way. I don't want to mention the name of the goons. A lot of goons. These goons, it reached a point where they became greedy. They became uncontrollable. Politicians could not now control them. Sometimes politicians could even be afraid to face these goons, because the goons grew and became lethal. Do you know what happened? Senior politicians in government used intelligence, and Kenya has very good intelligence. Some of you should be told that Kenya has one of the best intelligence in this continent, in Africa. So NIS helped the police to track down some of these goons. And these goons were found in thousands. I'm not talking about hundreds. I'm not talking about tens. I'm talking about thousands of goons across the country, not in a certain region. That central Kenya goons, that we have western Kenya goons, we have coast goons. No, the goons were spread across the country. And then when the operation started to weed out these goons were taken one by one. And they were taken to a forest, and their hands were tied, and they were shot in the head. And they were buried in mass graves. Some of those graves were shallow, and these people were found, their bodies were found, and the bullets were found inside the head. So the state eliminated these people one by one. And when it finished, it started going to the leaders. So these goons, they had been hired by politicians. So when they started getting eliminated one by one, they started calling some of these senior politicians. And senior politicians could not pick their calls. And friends, that is how Mungiki was eliminated. Until now, we can never hear about Mungiki. If you want to prove, go to a place called Kinale Forest and ask, were there mass graves here? There were a lot of mass graves in Kinale Forest of those Mungiki goons that were there. Visit Muranga, visit Uruma, and visit all these slums and ask some of the most lethal people that were here. Those people that we had a lot of power. Those goons that had a lot of power, they used to control people here. Where did they go? They used to extort people. Where did they go? The government eliminated them one by one. Because they became greedy, they started now extorting people, they became uncontrollable, and now they had to be eliminated. And we are witnessing the same thing. And I'm saying Kenyans are afraid. And this is what I'm telling Kenyans, do not be afraid. This country, although we have goons, which is a very bad culture, by the way, because it is threatening the peace that we have. It's threatening the peace that we have. But you should not be afraid, because the same government that is creating the goons, and the same politicians that are creating the goons, the same police that are working hand in hand with goons to do very bad things, they are the same people that are going to finish these goons. And we will not see these goons. So if you come from a family where there is a goon, kindly tell the goon to find something important to do. I understand the economy is tough. Please tell that goon to find something important to do. A goon is only useful to a politician for as long as they are controllable. If the politician can control you, you are good to them. But if you reach a point and you become greedy, now you become a threat. Just let me tell you the example. And they have started getting eliminated. There is a recent case where there was a goon. A politician hired goons, and then he used one person to pay the goons. That guy was called Cecil or who. He gave him money to go and distribute. But instead of taking the little that the politician is giving, and the politician will always give you little. So instead of taking this little that he has been given by the politician, he went and started compelling the politician to give him more money because he wanted to distribute to other goons. And then he goes and asks this politician for money. So I don't know what transpired, but from the reports that I have, the politician did not have money. And so what does he do? He forces himself on this politician, and then he starts compelling this politician and his people to give him money. What did they do? They ended his life there and then, because they had guns, they had bullets, and then they were to protect this politician. What would they do? They had to protect the politician by ending the life of this guy. Now one goon down. So we have several other goons. Recently I was watching a video where they are threatening Boniface Mwangi. Boniface Mwangi said that this guy was a goon and he had other goons that were also moving around the city. You cannot hold a political rally unless you pay them. And so they have threatened Boniface Mwangi not to come to the ground. Why? Because Boniface Mwangi is exposing them. And these people, they want to cash in more during this political season. And they are forgetting that their end is nigh. Very few goons will remain. We have seen this and we will see that. History will always repeat itself. The government cannot allow goons to remain because they will threaten the peace of the nation. All these goons will not be employed. The government cannot create enough factories to employ goons. And so these goons will be jobless. I can guarantee you goons are going to be jobless. Right now, goons are receiving regular payment from politicians. They are all getting money from these politicians. But after the election, because after these people have been elected and some have lost and everything, some of you will find that you don't have work. The job you used to do is to go to rallies, disrupt peace, carry machetes, carry these weapons, and then you are going to beat people with crude weapons just because you are protecting a politician. A time will come then a real job will be required. You are supposed to go and be productive at a certain point, but you can't be productive. Why? You are used to threatening the peace of people by carrying crude weapons. You are going there to threaten their peace. And so when you find that you cannot be productive, you will start being greedy. You will start stealing from people. You find that you are the one who is snatching phones. You are the one who is breaking into people's houses. And some of you will be eliminated by mob justice. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you what is going to happen. Some of you will be eliminated by mob justice. And most of you, and I'm saying in thousands, will be eliminated by the government. As the president looks at you, he is already creating a special force. I heard yesterday CS Interior Kipchumba Murkomen was saying that they are recruiting 10,000 police officers to deal with goons across the country. And this is a strategic move, by the way. You think that we have a shortage of police officers, they are not employing these police officers now because of... It's not because of shortage. It is a strategic move that for now, let us keep these police officers. Let us keep this special force. It used to be a special force. Let's keep it aside and let's allow goons to thrive. So you are allowed to thrive. When you go somewhere like in a church, you break the gate and then you enter. The government is not confused. The government knows what is happening. They allow you to enter and you do whatever you are doing. So you continue doing that. But these police officers are kept specially for you. A time will come when the elections are over and these politicians will now release these police officers now to the country. Now these people will have enough intelligence. They will know that these goons belong to this politician, these goons belong to this politician, and these ones belong to this politician. And they will know the regions where I used to come from. Like these goons come from Nairobi, these are Western Kenya goons, These goons come from coast and they will start collecting you one by one, and they will end your lives. And there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do, by the way. Because I was reading a certain report of Kenya National Commission of Human Rights. The commission went and carried out an inquiry, and it found that a lot of people were eliminated in a forest, and they were buried in shallow graves. And you know who eliminated them? Do you know who eliminated them? Who has the power to eliminate thousands of people in this country secretly and bury them in mass graves? Who? Who? Tell me. Can there be a special force that the government does not know that can eliminate people in thousands and bury them in shallow graves using bullets in the head? Can we say that we had another special force that the government did not know that did that? You don't joke around with the government and then go away scot-free. You will not go away. There is nowhere goons are going to run to. If your brother is a goon, there is nowhere he's going to run to. He's not going to Uganda. These guys are being paid little money. Where will they go? Can they be refugees in foreign countries? Can they seek asylum in the US? Can they seek asylum in other developed economies like the UK and Australia? They cannot go there to seek asylum. These people are being paid 500 shillings, 1,000 shillings, and then they go drink and then abuse drugs. After doing that, then they come back again. They want to do this job of being a goon. Now, when everything is over, what will they have that will take them to another country for safety? Nothing. They will be here, and the government will deal with them. Their lives will be cut short. I am assuring you, the government is preparing for these people. Goons will not defeat the government. The government will defeat goons. Kindly tell your person, if he's a goon, that we have seen lethal goons in this country. Goons that were organized. Goons that had leaders. And leaders used to dine with the elites. The Mungiki leaders used to go and sit with the presidents. I was listening to Nduru Waruinge when he was saying that he used to sit with President Moi and they used to discuss, and President Moi would give him money. These people had the power to sit with the president. They had the power to dine with the who and who's in this country. So when everything was over and their time was over, and then came Michuki, and then he declared war on these people. And it was that when you find a goon, end their life. There was nothing else. If you find a goon, just eliminate them. And that's how Mungiki were eliminated one by one in thousands. A lot of leaders were tortured. Only a few leaders remained. And now they have no influence. The government effectively neutralized them. A few people can claim that they benefited from that. You see? And so these goons that have just started mushrooming everywhere, they don't understand history. Some of these Gen Zs, they are just coming. The government is going to deal with you. It is not going to leave you to go scot-free. And you will call some of these politicians who you think are your friends. You will call them, they will not answer your phones. You will cry and seek their help, and they will not manage to help you. Why? Because your job ended. Your job of beating other people ended. Your job of protecting them so that they can get power ended. And now they cannot sustain you. Let me tell you, there is no politician who has the power to sustain goons for 5 years. There's no politician. Once they are done with you, now you will become a thief. Right now you are a very good person. But once they are done with you, you will become a thief. So, my friend, if you are a goon, please stop it. Just avoid it. Go back to your family. Find something productive to do. If a person in your family is a goon, advise them to avoid this thing of being a goon, because it is not going to benefit them. And if you are a goon and you are insisting on being a goon, and one day you want to become greedy and you want to earn from this goonism for the long term, I'm assuring you, start preparing to leave this earth very early, in less than 2 years. Because as I can see, Ruto is not joking. He has a budget of police officers, and they will come for you. They will come for you. Right now, you are very good because they are sponsoring you to do whatever you are doing. But they are coming to finish you, and they surely will end your life. I am assuring you this. Stop being a goon. Just avoid it. And warn your family members from this thing. Don't die for a man who doesn't know your name. Don't let them turn your poverty into a weapon. And so that is what I had for the goons and the families of goons. Help your family members to realize that this is Kenya and Kenya is going to deal with them. Thank you for listening to me. This is Gedia Kali and we shall meet again in another video. Peace.